Thank you for tuning in to Pantheon U Entertainment tonight. As always, Micah Daniels. So, I don't know if you guys keep up with what's going on social media, but yesterday Twitter was ablaze with this new hashtag, white girls do it better. Now, before I even go into what the hashtag was about, you can already kind of assume, but isn't that racist within itself? Isn't it racist within itself for you to feel like you have to make a hashtag saying that white girls do something better than any other colored girl? I mean, I guess Barbie wasn't enough. I guess the fact that black people have been dying left and right at the hands of police, at the hand of these vigilante terrorists that nobody wants to call a terrorist, I guess that's not enough. You got to stick your finger in the dirt and then try to rub it in somebody's eye by making a childish, petty hashtag called white girls do it better. And some of the things that were mentioned that white girls do better are: white girls do dreadlocks better, white girls treat their men better. Just a whole bunch of stupid stuff that really, if you look at the statistics, based on the fact that Caucasians right now in this country are the majority, you actually do all that stuff the worst, excluding the things that are strategically and historically black, like dreadlocks. Those are historically black, and not just from the islands but from Africa. You can't do that better. And the ones that I've seen doing it, it looks bad on you. You look like a lion with the mange. Stop doing it. As far as do you treat your men better, that's not true, because you guys have one of the highest divorce ratings in this country, if not the highest. So how do you treat your men better? I don't know any happy marriage that ever ended in divorce. I'm just curious about that. And for those of you who would like to say, oh well, we do life better, well, there are more Caucasians on welfare than any other group and government assistance, so keep that in mind as well. Also keep in mind that black females are the largest group represented in college graduation and education in the country. Keep that in mind. But my question is, why? Why make that hashtag? Why make yourself look ignorant like that? Because an intelligent person like me is just going to look at the facts, we're going to write them down for you, and we're going to rip you apart with them. Now, I didn't make this video just because I was compelled to make it because of your little hashtag, because I think black Tumblr and black Twitter handily dispatched you, but someone asked me to make this video. And I just want to know, how do you sleep at night being that disgusting? How do you sleep at night being that racist? Because that's hate and that's racism, no matter how you cut it. If I made a hashtag called black men do it better, and then I singled out white people, assuming that they were a minority, and I had oppressed them for 500 or 600 years, and I took all the stuff that is a cultural staple of theirs, and then I said, black men do it better. Black men do better Ken Barbie dolls than Ken does. Black men are better at making mayonnaise sandwiches than white people are. Black men are better at colonizing the whole world and keeping everybody in it captive and then complaining about immigration. Black men are better at making racism not seem like racism and then telling you you're racist for talking about it. If I did that, you guys would tell me I'm racist. You guys would tell me I'm ignorant and that I'm bigoted. So, what makes you think that you can make a video like that and not have any backlash? You want to know what makes you think that? White privilege makes you think that. You want to know what else makes you think that? Because everybody wants to demonize the people like me that are talking about these issues and tell them, don't talk about it. That's how racism exists. No, that's not how racism exists. Racism exists because people don't want to talk about it. And people want to assume that it's dead and gone. But how can you? When you got the girl like Rachel Dolezal dressing up like a black person for 7 years, lying about being black, getting jobs based on the fact that she says she was black, and she's a white person, studying us like Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter. That don't make sense to me. Or, when you have a gentleman like Dylan Roof, whatever his name is, go shoot up 9 people in Charleston, and the only backlash that comes from that is, well, let's watch these black people to make sure these niggas don't get out of line. What? Or, let's take down this Confederate ignorant ass flag that's been flying over this courthouse for several years. That'll be enough. That'll pacify them. That's not enough. That's not enough. It's not enough for me, and it shouldn't be enough for anyone else. That shouldn't even been the first thing on the sheet to do. What we should have discussed is, why have we been giving this man such leniency when it comes to calling him a terrorist? What we should discuss is, what kind of bills and laws can we pass to protect people of color from having these things happen to them and no one says anything? There was a young man the other day that got pulled off of a horse by a police officer and strangled to death with a flashlight. But y'all happy that a flag got took down. And the people that don't look like me, y'all are content enough in your life to make a hashtag that say white girls do it better. Well, here's something that can go to that hashtag. What white girls do better is stand by idly and support racism, and then have the audacity to try to get black females to support a feminist movement that has never helped them. What white women do better? Manipulate situations and then cause other people to suffer while claiming to be the victim. But what you do the best, what you do the absolute best, is trick people into thinking that you are not a threat. And you are. Because when you make a hashtag like that, and when you support a hashtag like that, you are propagating ignorance. And please don't get this out of context. There are very good white women. One of my most influential advisors ever is a young lady by the name of Marsha Hagan. One of the best women I've ever met in my life. She happens to be Caucasian. Not all white women are bad, but the ones of you that support things like this, you're childish, you're ignorant, and you are a part of the problem. Because if you look at all those pictures of black people that were getting lynched when it was socially acceptable, standing next to the man that was holding the guy burning, being lynched, there was a white woman smiling and saying cheese. So let's not get this twisted, black people. These same people that you eat next to in the gas station or in the restaurant, some of them are not your friends. They might smile at you, they might be nice and polite in public, but that's only so that the snake continued to hide. It's like I told my friends earlier today when they were talking about the flag coming down. I would rather a tiger not shed his stripes. That way I never confuse him for a kitten. I think it's good that the flag came down. That's a step. But that's a very small step in the big scheme of things that we need to be worried about. I'm worried about these people dying. I'm worried about people standing up for what is right, not because it's a primary social issue of the day, but just because it's right. I don't care if you black, white, yellow, purple, or green. If you are getting killed and persecuted, and I'm aware of it, and you've done nothing to deserve that, I'm going to stand up for you. This is about humanity, and if you have any. And if you put that white girls do it better tag up, you probably want to question, do you have any? Do you have any humility? Because whether you get answered for or get called upon to answer for the things that you've done in this life, that's really not up to me to decide. That's between you and whoever you think your higher power is. I believe in the Most High. So, you will be called to account for the things that you've done. So, despite all the hate and ignorance that has been proposed on both sides of the aisle, I still love you. I forgive you. I don't think any less of you. Because he who was without sin cast the first stone. This video is just to inform you. And also, not everybody's like me. So keep that in mind. Y'all have a good night and thank you for tuning in.